Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna everyone, if you can stand up for the Aarti. Jai Shri Radha Gokulananda ki, Jai Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Gauranitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pashata Deshatarine. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta. Everyone together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram, Patita Pavana Sitaram. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram, Patita Pavana Sitaram. Sitaram, 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 Jaya Sitaram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda, Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda, Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda, Shri Radhe. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. Jai Shri Radha Gokulananda ki, Jai Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Gaura Nitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna everyone, that was wonderful. All of you so nicely, with a lot of energy, you sang the Aarti. So the next one is going to be the Prem Dhwani prayers, which are offering our obeisance to our Guru Parampara. You can see the Guru Parampara over there on the top. So that's our Srila Prabhupada and the Guru Parampara. So please, if you got some space, you can bow down. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Acharya Stotra Satari Madhis Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Acharya Stotra Satari Madhis Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki. Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासुदेव गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्णा गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिर गोवर्धन की गंगा माई यमुना माई की तुलसी महारानी भक्ति देवी की वृंदावन धाम मथुरा धाम की मायापुर धाम नवदीप धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की द्वारका धाम की भक्ति वेदांत मैनर धाम की हरिनाम Sankirtan ki Gaura Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. We humbly request everyone to be seated. We have the Narasimha there, Narasimha prayer, and the lyrics are there on the TV screen. So please sing along. Please be seated for the Narasimha prayer.
I'm going to stand up.
Oh.
No, I'll just stand here within people. Yeah, that's fine. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladadaine. Praladadaine. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Shilachankanakalaya. Shilachankanakalaya. Ito Narsimo parato Narsimo. Ito Narsimo parato Narsimo. Yato yami tato Narsimo. Yato yami tato Narsimo. Bahe Narsimo Hridaye Narsimo. Bahe Narsimo Hridaye Narsimo. Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapade. Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapade. Tava Kara Kamalavade Nakam Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Tavakara Kamalavade Nakam Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jagadisha Hare Tavakara Kamalavade Nakam Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare नरसिंहदेव जयो जयो नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जयो जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जयो जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जयो जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव नित्या गौरा हरि बोल नित्या गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल राधा गोकुल नंद की सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जी की जय गौर निताय की जय प्रभुपाद की जय आज एकादशी की जय
Hare Krishna everyone. Welcome to Manor. That was wonderful. All of you took very nicely. You sang together for the Aarti. And very auspicious day today is Vijaya Ekadasi. And I think you already know about this, yeah? The Ekadasi. So on this Ekadasi day, it is so special that, you know, when we come to the mandir, we take the blessings of Radha Gokulananda. And these are these are the most important things in devotional service. Take advantage of Ekadasi day. You know, it's very important on a day like this to do the chanting and you know, engaging in devotional service. And just now we are singing about the Narasimha prayer. You know, one of the things that we can learn about Bhakta Prahlad, you know, the little one, his father was kind of creating so many problems for him. He tried to throw him from a hill. He tried to throw him into an ocean. He tried to get them bitten by some poisonous snakes. In spite of all of this, why was Bhakta Prahlad so fearless, right? He was so fearless. Because why? He had so much of faith in Krishna. Avasya Rakshabe Krishna Viswasapalan. That means having the faith that my Lord will always protect me, right? So one of the important thing I was just thinking, like, you know, Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Matra sparsas tu kaunteya shitosna sukha dukkada agama payino nityas tam titik swasva bharata. So Bhagavan Sri Krishna says a very beautiful thing which we can all learn in our life. He says, Arjuna, this temporary appearance of happiness and distress, you know, sukha and dukkha, they're just like summer and winter season. They come and go, Arjuna, and one should learn to accept them and one should learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. You know, what do we do when a rainy season has come? Either we take an umbrella or we buy a nice hooded jacket and wear, right? Similarly, in summer, we just wear cotton shirt. We adjust accordingly. So Bhagavan Sri Krishna is saying, you know, this temporary, all this happiness and distress, sukha, dukkha, these are all temporary. They come and go. So you should not worry about that. Most important thing is whatever we have come from, what is the aim of our human life? The human life is meant for a higher purpose. And what is that higher purpose? To understand who we are, to understand who God is, and understand our relationship with God, right? Because all of us in this material world, we are caught up in small identities, right? I'm a doctor, I'm an engineer, I'm a husband, I'm a wife, I'm an Indian, like that. But Bhagavan Sri Krishna is telling us, Arjuna, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling you have a much higher identity. And what is that identity? Krishna is saying, Mama ivamsa jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana mana shastrendriyani prakriti stani karshati. Which means, Arjuna, your actual identity is you are part and parcel of the Supreme Bhagavan Sri Krishna. That is our actual identity. We are part and parcel of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. So if Bhagavan Sri Krishna is so happy and joyful and knowledgeable, how should we be in this life? We should also be the same, right? But Krishna himself is saying, but you, even though you're all part and parcel of me, all of you Jivatmas, you belong to me, but in this world you're suffering in this material. Why? Because in this material world, we are covered by these three gunas, Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna and Tamo Guna. And these gunas are constantly controlling us. But these gunas, this material energy is in the hands of Krishna. Right? Krishna is the one who's controlling them. And this energy is controlling us. So Krishna is telling, if you take to bhakti of Krishna, if you take to the shelter of Krishna, then this Mahamaya will stop troubling us and we will have the protection of Yogamaya. You know, like Lord Jagannath, Subhadra, Baladev, you know, right? All of three of them. Who's Subhadra? She's the Yogamaya. She is the one who gives the protection also. So we have Bhagavad Gita helps us in understanding who we are, who God is, and what is our loving relationship with God. So Bhagavad Gita opens our eyes. And how does Krishna give us all this knowledge? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that when you engage in bhakti towards Krishna, Krishna says, I am not going to keep quiet. I will also reciprocate your feelings. He says, Ananyas chintayantoma ye jana paryupashite tesham nitya vyuktanam yogashemam vahamyaham. Which means when you are engaging in bhakti towards Krishna, right? Today it's a rainy day, a lot of rain is falling, right? You could have happily sat next to a heater at home watching some Netflix movie or something, but you all decided that no, we are going to the mandir. We are going and taking the blessings of Krishna. This is real bhakti. Bhagavan Sri Krishna tells there are 4 types of devotees who come to Krishna, to the mandir, right? Chaturvuja bhajante mam janasukritin Arjuna. We say 4 kind of devotees come, Arjuna. One person is one devotee who comes to the mandir is because he's got some material problems. He wants some solution to his problems. And the second kind of devotee is want Lakshmi, lot of Lakshmi, so he can buy a lot of things, lot of money, right? And the third one is a devotee who comes out of inquisitiveness, right? A lot of people they just want curious, they want to see like what's there in the mandir, or they will watch some Kalki movie or something and they'll say like, okay, let's go to the mandir and find out what's the actual story, you know. So like that kind of devotee. And the fourth kind of devotee are the devotees who come only for the love of Krishna. I want to see Radha Krishna today, that's all. I just want to see them. I don't have any other desire. I'm not coming for any material desire. I'm not coming for anything, but I just want to see the beauty. Look at how beautiful Radha Gokulananda look. Can you even take your eyes off them? How beautiful. So Bhagavan Sri Krishna is saying, even though the 4 kind of devotees come, and Krishna takes care of all 4 kind of devotees, right? Even if you come with financial problems, material problems, inquisitiveness, Krishna will give nice, you know, response, and he'll give you a nice experience when you come to the mandir. But he says, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajati priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam apyati. When you going to Krishna out of love, the person who's out of love who's going to Krishna, Krishna says, that particular devotee is very dear to me, and I will give him all the knowledge by which, I will give him all the intelligence by which he will come to me. You see? So Krishna, we can see in Bhagavad Gita, love is not one way, right? Love is always 2 way. So when we are coming out of love for Krishna, in spite of the bad weather, in spite of any kind of difficulties you may have, the motorway is a lot of traffic jam, but still I want to go and see Krishna. You know? I have so many other commitments, but still I want to go and see Krishna. This is the love that Krishna wants. Tesham nitya yukta eka bhaktir vishishyate priyo hi jnanino chartam ahamsa cha mama priya. Krishna tells Arjuna, that kind of a devotee who is coming out of love for me, he is my favorite, Arjuna. I just love such kind of a devotee, and I will be a friend to him, and I consider that devotee as a friend to me. Imagine how many of you want Krishna as your friend? How many of you want Krishna as your best friend? You know, almost all the hands you guys don't want in this line. You do want, right? So I'm sure everybody wants. And the beautiful thing is, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that I am already your best friend. Suhridam sarva bhutanam. I am your best well-wisher, I am your best friend. And because of that, he's sitting in your heart, and every second your heart is beating because Krishna is there. Jevanam sarva bhuteshu. I am the life behind all your lives. I am the one who's doing everything. You know, you will be surprised in Bhagavad Gita how many things Krishna is already doing for us. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhuta Praninam Deham Ashrita. I am the one sitting in your body, and I am the one who is digesting all your food. Sarvasya Chaham Siddhi Mistum Matasmritir Jnanam Apohana. I am the one who is giving you the mind, intelligence, and everything. But we have forgotten this best friend, right? So when we come to the mandir, we are once again giving you the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, saying that when we come to the mandir, all you have to do is just keep chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. If you want to know the true this thing about Krishna, all we have to do, we all see this chanting bags over here. Inside this we have the chanting beads, and all you have to do is sit in front of Krishna early day in the morning and just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. This whole beats just takes 8 minutes. Or maximum 10 minutes, even if you're going slow. Imagine the Supreme Lord, Deva the Deva, He's giving us this beautiful life, and can't we spend 10 minutes for Lord? And once you start getting used to chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the beauty of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you don't want to stop it. You want to keep on going. And what does Hare Krishna Mahamantra mean? Hara is another name of Radharani. So when we say in a mantra form, we say Hare. So when you say Hare Krishna, we're basically saying Radha and Krishna, right? So the best thing when we come to the mandir, chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, take Bhagavad Gita. If you can take it from here, or you can read it online at home, and everybody can just spend some time reading Bhagavad Gita. So very quickly, Ekadasi day today, Vijay Ekadasi. So let's do one round of one Bhagavad Gita sloka, all of us. Yeah, right? Everybody is ready for that? So just remember, I kept a very, very simple, because I'm very, very compassionate person. I'm kept only a very simple sloka so that everybody can recite that sloka, right? So just repeat after me. Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam Yome Bhakta Prayachati Tad Aham Bhaktya Upahritam Asnami Prayatatmana. So the sloka is chapter number 9, verse number 26. Krishna Bhagavan is saying, Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam Yome Bhakta Prayachati Tadaham Bhakti Upahritam Asnami Prayatatmana. Sri Krishna Bhagavan is telling, with bhakti, with a lot of love, if you offer me early in the morning, just a flower, a fruit, a leaf, a tulsi leaf, or water. If you don't have anything, just offer even water or even some fruits. Krishna says, if you do it with bhakti, I will surely accept it. So this is the message we want to give. If you've never done that earlier as a thing, this is the best way to do is just sit in front of Krishna, chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And who has given us the Hare Krishna Mahamantra? It is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Bhagavan Sri Krishna, but who came in the avatar of a devotee, and he is the one who gave us this message that in Kali Yuga, whatever benefits you get in Satya Yuga and Treta Yuga and Dwapara Yuga, same benefits you will get in Kali Yuga by just chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So can I ask everyone, you can keep your hands in the mood of surrender, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed us, and just repeat out me, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much for giving your wonderful association. And now Prabhuji is going to just mention, he's going to read the Krishna book for all of us. Because unfortunately, we all know about Facebook, but unfortunately, we don't know that there is a beautiful book called Krishna book. But so, on this Ekadasi day, keep Facebook away, just read the Krishna book away immediately, right? So Prabhuji is going to read about Krishna book, and all the beautiful leelas of Krishna are mentioned in the Krishna book. How will we fall in love with Krishna? Unless you know the leelas of Krishna, and those leelas are there in the Krishna book. So turn your attention to Prabhuji when he's mentioning about Krishna book. And one important thing we have to understand from Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna is telling about Krishna book, he's saying, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvataha chakta deham punarjanma naiti mameti swarjana. That one who understands Krishna's leelas, Krishna's pastimes, how Krishna was playing with Mother Yashoda, how he was killing Kaliya, one who even understands this pastime, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is telling, those devotees, you will have so much of spiritual bank balance that towards the end of your life, no more births for you, no more birth and death for you. They will directly go to the supreme planet of Krishna, which is called as Krishna Loka. So such a great benediction Krishna Bhagavan is giving all of us just by listening, Shravanam. So please give your attention to the Krishna book right now, which Prabhuji is going to be reading, and it is full of nectar, and you can take this message today. You had one sloka from Bhagavad Gita, we chanted the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we did the Aarti, now you're listening to Krishna Katha, and there's nothing more beautiful than that. And then you take that love of Krishna and take them along with you, the beautiful nectar. Hare Krishna. It's so exciting to see children nicely, how nice. He was just reciting the Bhagavad Gita sloka. Amazing, that's very well done. So this is what we can give to our children. Hare Krishna.
It's good here. Okay. Okay, everybody. Hare Krishna. So nice to have such a kind audience. If you want to eat, then there's prasadam being served in the Haveli. Yes, but if you're really eager to hear, then please stay. So we're going to just begin by singing one song. This is from a book called Sharanagati. This is called Shuddha Bhakata. And it is written by Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur. Has anybody heard of Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur? Yeah? So if you're not sure who that is, his picture is at the top right of the row of portraits. These are our spiritual masters in ISKCON. On the left we have His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who established this ISKCON. So many centers all over the world. He worked so hard to establish this Krishna consciousness mission all over the world. But this mission was pioneered by Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur, who's on the very right. He was a very important and responsible government officer in Orissa during the 19th century. And he wrote many wonderful songs and poems on the science of Krishna, and books as well. So this one is called Shuddha Bhakata. And I'm going to sing the Bengali and then read the translation verse by verse. This will take about 5 or 10 minutes, and then we're going to read from Krishna book. Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajana Anukula Bhakata Seva Paramasiddhi Premalati Karamula. Dust from the lotus feet of pure devotees is conducive to devotional service. While service to the Vaishnavas is itself the supreme perfection and the root of the tender creeper of divine love. So if we get the mercy, the blessings of great devotees of Krishna, then that is itself supreme perfection and the root of our ultimate love for God. Yes, this is the most valuable thing. Shelter at the lotus feet of pure devotees. Madhavatiti Bhakti Janani Chatane Palana Kori Krishna Basati Basati Boli Parama Adare Bori. I observe with great care the holy days like Ekadashi and Janmashtami, for they are the mother of devotion. So today is Ekadashi. This is a day that is the mother of devotion. As my dwelling place, I choose, with the greatest of reverence and love, the transcendental abode of Sri Krishna. Gauramara Jeshabastane Koralo Brahmanarange Sheshabastana Heribo Ami Pranaye Bhakata Sange. All those places where Lord Gaurasundara traveled for pastimes, I will visit in the company of loving devotees. Mridanga Badya Shunite Mana Abbasara Sada Jache Gaura Bihita Kirtana Shuni Anande Hridaya Nache. My mind always begs for the opportunity to hear the music of the mridanga. Upon hearing the kind of kirtana ordained by Lord Gaurachandra, my heart dances in ecstasy. So there are different kinds of kirtan. Here, Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur mentions the kind of kirtan that is ordained by Lord Gaurachandra. And what is that? That requires nothing more than kol and kartal. These are kartals, and kol means mridanga. You've seen the mridanga drum? Yeah, we have two of them over here. Nothing else needed. Because these rhythmic instruments actually encourage us to dance. And in dancing, we feel the ecstasy of chanting Hare Krishna. And if we're too concerned with melodic instruments, then that is spiritual loss. Because we're overly fussed with the musical movement. The ear will naturally follow musical strains. And if we become overly concerned with that, then we may not be focusing so much on the sound of Krishna's holy name. So we have to be careful and make sure we are balanced in our performance of kirtan by focusing on the mantra. So Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur says, my mind always begs for the opportunity to hear the music of the mridanga. The music of this mridanga drum. Upon hearing the kind of kirtan ordained by Lord Gaurachandra, my heart dances in ecstasy. Okay. Then verse 5. Jugala Murti Deki Amora Parama Ananda Hoya Prasada Seva Korite Hoya Shakala Prapanchajaya. By beholding the deity forms of the divine couple, Sri Sri Radha Krishna, I feel the greatest joy. By honoring the Lord's prasada, I conquer over all worldly illusions. Jedina grihe bhajana deki grihete goloka bhaya charana sidhu dekiya ganga shuka sasima paya. Goloka Vrindavan appears in my home whenever I see the worship and service of Lord Hari going on there. Upon seeing the Ganges, which is a river of nectar emanating from the lotus feet of the Lord, my happiness knows no bounds. How many of us have seen the Ganges? Yes? How many of us have taken bath in the Ganges? Yeah? You must do so, as soon as possible. You feel like when you enter the Ganga and again emerge, coming out, you feel like you have a new body. You feel like you're completely rejuvenated. Tulasi deki juraya prana Madhava Toshani Jani Gaura Priya Shaka Sevane Jivana Sartakamani. The sight of the holy Tulasi tree soothes my soul, for I know she gives pleasure to Lord Krishna. By honoring Shak, does anyone know what Shak is? What is Shak? No? Don't know what Shak is? Spinach, right? By honoring Shak, a green leafy vegetable preparation, which is a dear favorite of Lord Chaitanya, I consider life worthwhile. How do you pronounce it? Okay, so you didn't recognize my pronunciation, huh? That's the problem. You know, this non-native Bengali speaker, huh? It says here, Shak, long A, K at the end, yes, and a sibilant, Shak. So, Bhaktivedanta Thakur says, by honoring this Shak, green leafy vegetable preparation, which is a dear favorite of Lord Chaitanya, I consider life worthwhile. How many kids consider life worthwhile when you put some spinach in front of them? Yeah? We have to tell them that if you want to, I don't know if it's in vogue now, but when I was a kid then, Popeye was the great eater of spinach, and that's how he was so strong. His muscles bulged because he ate his spinach, right? So in this way we were encouraging all the children to eat their spinach. I don't know if it worked. Maybe we should tell them that this was a great favorite of Lord Chaitanya, Krishna. And then all the children will say, oh, really? This spinach is a favorite preparation of Lord Chaitanya? Well then we consider our lives worthwhile if we can have this Shak. Huh? And the Tulsi tree, of course, very dear to the Lord. It is so much more possible to perform bhakti and to think of Krishna and His service in the presence of Tulasi Devi. Bhakati vinoda Krishna bhajane anakula paya jaha pratidibase paramasuke svikara koro yetaha. Whatever Bhaktivedanta obtains that is conducive for the service of Sri Krishna, he accepts every day with the greatest of joy. So by singing the songs of great devotees of Krishna, we become infused with devotion. Their devotion and their knowledge kind of rubs off on us, to put it in a crude way, but that's what happens. Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajana Anukula Bhakata Seva Paramasiddhi Prema Latikara Mula Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajana Anukula Bhakata Seva Paramasiddhi Prema Latikara Mula. Dust from the lotus feet of pure devotees is conducive to devotional service, while service to the Vaishnavas is itself the supreme perfection and the root of the tender creeper of divine love. So, now we're going to hear something that will give us, hopefully, if we do it in the right spirit, will give us the dust from the lotus feet of a pure Vaishnava. And this service is itself supreme perfection and the root of the tender creeper of divine love. And what is that dust? What is that service? It is to open this book, Krishna, and to read it with firm attention and reverence. So we're reading from chapter 21, which is entitled The Gopis Attracted by the Flute, Krishna's flute. And we just have a couple of paragraphs left of this chapter. Hang on. Okay. Okay, let's read the last paragraph from yesterday. Another gopi said, "Everything appears wonderful when Krishna and Balaram travel in the forest of Vrindavan, playing their flutes and making intimate friendship with all kinds of moving and non-moving living creatures. When Krishna and Balaram play on their transcendental flutes, the moving creatures become stunned and stop their activities, and the non-moving living creatures like trees and plants begin to shiver with ecstasy. These are the wonderful reactions to the vibration of the transcendental flutes of Krishna and Balaram." Krishna and Balaram carried binding ropes on their shoulders and in their hands, just like ordinary cowherd boys. While milking cows, cowherd boys bind the cow's hind legs with a small rope. Does anybody know why the cowherd boys bind the cow's hind legs with a small rope when they're milking them? Why do you think that is? Yes, so they don't get a good hoof, okay? And also, the cow will remain still, yes? If your legs are tied together, you're not really inclined to move very far because you know that it's going to be timber. So, this helps in the milking process. Yeah. This rope almost always hangs from the shoulders of the cowherd boys, and it was not absent from the shoulders of Krishna and Balaram. They also carried these ropes. In spite of their being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they played exactly like cowherd boys, and therefore everything became wonderful and attractive. While Krishna was engaged in tending the cows in the forest of Vrindavan or on Govardhan Hill, the gopis in the village were always absorbed in thinking of him and discussing his different pastimes. This is the perfect example of Krishna consciousness, to somehow or other remain always engrossed in thoughts of Krishna. The vivid example is always present in the behavior of the gopis. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya declared that no one can worship the Supreme Lord by any method which is better than the method of the gopis. The gopis were not born in very high Brahmana or Kshatriya families. They were born in the families of Vaishyas, and not in big mercantile communities, but in the families of cowherd men. So the Vaishya community is responsible for production. They are responsible for the economic development of the society. This structured organization of society is now missing, but the type of occupation and the type of disposition remains. Some people are very inclined to be economically productive. Yes? Very much business oriented. That mentality exists. And those activities exist naturally because human society requires production of food. So there is a section of society whose business it is to see to that. Yeah? And what are they concerned with? They are concerned with sustainable, regenerative wealth, production, prosperity. And they're always thirsty for more, to expand, to increase. Right? This is Vaishya. And their business is centered on agriculture, cow protection, yes, and trade. So the gopis, they belonged to the Vaishya section of society, but they were not in a big mercantile community, but in the families of cowherd men. Cows are very important for the development of spiritual advancement of life in human society. Srila Prabhupada explains that cows, by Krishna's arrangement, produce milk. And milk is a miracle food. It's a miracle food. By the consumption of milk and milk products, then the brain is nourished. One develops finer tissues in the brain. And by this finer tissue in the brain, one is able to understand spiritual principles. This is Brahminical culture. That everything in life should be centered on understanding Vishnu, understanding who is God and what is my relationship with God. In order to really appreciate the principles of Krishna consciousness, in order to really understand what is God and what is my relationship with God and what should I do, then one needs sufficient sumedasa, intelligence. And to supply that intelligence, or to develop that intelligence, the miracle food, milk, is required. So cow protection and Brahminical culture go hand in hand. Yes. And therefore the demons, when they want to attempt to destroy God consciousness, then they attack, first of all, Brahminical culture and cows. This is what they do, and history bears this out. All the big demons, they will go for the cows, wholesale slaughter of cows, and they will stop the various activities of Brahminical culture, including the sacrifices for the sake of Lord Vishnu. And in this Kali Yuga, the best sacrifice for realizing God is the loud congregational chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So if anyone is opposed to this sacrificial performance, then they're firmly with the demonic class. So these gopis were not very well educated, although they heard all sorts of knowledge from the Brahmanas, the authorities of Vedic knowledge. The gopis' only purpose was to remain always absorbed in thoughts of Krishna. And this is extolled as the greatest form of worship of the Lord. Yes, the gopis of Vrindavan, their love for Krishna, their worship of Krishna is the highest, is the greatest. Nama Om Vishnu Paraya Krishna Parishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatare Shatarine. Chapter 22, stealing the garments of the unmarried gopi girls. Okay. According to Vedic civilization, unmarried girls from 10 to 14 years of age are supposed to worship either Lord Shiva or Goddess Durga in order to get a nice husband. Okay, I'm going to read that sentence again. According to Vedic civilization, unmarried girls from 10 to 14 years of age are supposed to worship either Lord Shiva or Goddess Durga in order to get a nice husband. But the unmarried girls of Vrindavan were already attracted by the beauty of Krishna. They were, however, engaged in the worship of goddess Durga in the beginning of the Hemanta season, just prior to the winter season. The first month of Hemanta is Agrahayana, which means October, November. And at that time, all the unmarried gopis of Vrindavan began to worship goddess Durga with a vow. They first ate havishyana, a kind of food prepared by boiling together mung dal and rice without any spices or turmeric. Who would like that every day, huh? Havishyana, boiling together mung dal and rice, no spices, no turmeric. Yeah? According to Vedic injunction, this kind of food is recommended to purify the body before one enacts a ritualistic ceremony. Okay, so this purifies the body. All the unmarried gopis in Vrindavan used to daily worship goddess Katyayani early in the morning after taking a bath in the river Yamuna. Katyayani is another name for goddess Durga. The goddess is worshipped by preparing a doll made of sand from the bank of the Yamuna. It is recommended in the Vedic scriptures that a deity may be made from different kinds of material elements. It can be painted, made of metal, made of jewels, made of wood, earth, or stone, or it can be conceived within the heart of the worshipper. The Mayavadi philosopher takes all these forms of the deity to be imaginary, but actually they are accepted in the Vedic literatures to be identical with either the Supreme Lord or a respective demigod. So the deities in the temple, they are not imaginary. They are identical with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. At Bhaktivedanta Manor, our lordships, Sri Sri Radha Gokulananda, yes, they are directly Radha and Krishna. Sri Sri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman are directly Sri Sri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. So the gopis were worshipping this form of goddess Durga called Katyayani. How? Well, they prepared a doll made of sand from the bank of the Yamuna. The unmarried gopis used to prepare the deity of goddess Durga and worship it with chandana pulp, garlands, incense, lamps, and all kinds of presentations. Fruits, grain, and twigs of plants. After worshipping, it is the custom to pray for some benediction. The unmarried girls used to pray with great devotion to goddess Katyayani, addressing her as follows. O supreme external energy of the personality of Godhead, O supreme mystic power, O supreme controller of this material world, O goddess, please be kind to us and arrange for our marriage with the son of Nanda Maharaj, Krishna. The Vaishnavas generally do not worship any demigods. Srila Narottam Das Thakur has strictly forbidden all worship of the demigods for anyone who wants to advance in pure devotional service. Yet the gopis, who are beyond compare in their affection for Krishna, were seen to worship Durga. So what's going on here? Devotees of Krishna, it's recommended, do not worship any demigod. Right? Don't bother. Only worship Krishna. But here we have the gopis, the greatest devotees of Krishna, worshipping goddess Durga. Krishna's material energy? What's going on? The worshippers of demigods sometimes mention that the gopis worshipped goddess Durga. But we must understand the purpose of the gopis. So let's understand the purpose of the gopis. Generally, people worship goddess Durga for some material benediction. Here, the gopis pray to the goddess to become wives of Lord Krishna. The purport is that if Krishna is the center of activity, a devotee can adopt any means to achieve that goal. Okay? If Krishna is the center of activity, a devotee can adopt any means to achieve that goal. The gopis could adopt any means to satisfy or serve Krishna. That was the super excellent characteristic of the gopis. They worshipped goddess Durga completely for 1 month in order to have Krishna as their husband. Every day they prayed for Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, to become their husband. Any questions so far? Okay. Early in the morning, the gopis used to go to the bank of the Yamuna to take a bath. They would assemble together and, holding one another's hands, loudly sing of the wonderful pastimes of Krishna. It is an old system among Indian girls and women that when they take a bath in the river, they place their garments on the bank and dip into the water completely naked. The portion of the river where the girls and women bathe was strictly prohibited to any male, and this is still the system. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, knowing the minds of the unmarried young gopis, blessed them with their desired objective. They had prayed for Krishna to become their husband, and Krishna wanted to fulfill their desires. At the end of the month, Krishna, along with his friends, appeared on the scene. Another name of Krishna is Yogeshvara, or Master of all mystic powers. By practicing meditation, the yogi can study the psychic movement of other men. And certainly Krishna could understand the desire of the gopis. Right? This is interesting. And some yogis, they can read your mind because they're blessed with that ability as a result of their yogic austerity. And Krishna is Yogeshvara. He's the master of all mystic yogis. He's the greatest mystic yogi. Right? Anything is possible for him. So what is unknown to Krishna? He knows everything. Right? I mean, he's such a mystic yogi, he expands himself into every atom of the material creation and into the heart of every living entity. So he knows the psychic movements of all. And he knows what is everybody's desire and everybody's motive, everybody's purpose. Nothing is hidden from Krishna. And if we think we can hide our real purpose and intent from Krishna, we are kidding ourselves. If you try to cheat Krishna, you cannot cheat Krishna. Krishna is the greatest cheat. He will cheat you before you have the time to think up how to cheat him, right? Okay. So Krishna could certainly understand the desire of the gopis. Appearing on the scene, Krishna immediately collected all the garments of the gopis, climbed up into a nearby tree, and with a smiling face began to speak to them. Okay, so all of the gopis entered into the river for their bath. They had left their garments on the bank. Krishna comes along, takes the garments, climbs up into a nearby tree, and then addresses the young gopis as follows. "My dear girls," he said, "please come here one after another and pray for your garments and then take them away. I'm not joking with you. I'm just telling the truth. I have no desire to play any joke with you, for you are tired from observing the regulative principles for 1 month by worshipping goddess Katyayani. Please do not come here all at once. Come alone. I want to see each of you in your complete beauty, for you all have thin waists. I have requested you to come alone. Now please comply." When the girls in the water heard such joking words from Krishna, they began to look at one another.